Hello boys and girls, my name is Koyoshi and welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough where, as you can see from the Pokédex entries, we got a good amount of Pokemon registered in our Hyperspace Pokédex. We're still only getting started with that, but we got quite a few evolutions that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. I almost forgot Purrloin was here too. I could have evolved that, but that's fine. There's still many other evolutions to go. It'll be a while before we get them all. But yeah, we're gonna try and get that done. But mainly the Luminose Pokédex we now have at 231 exactly. Of 232. I don't think Mewtwo and the others count, it seems. Which means there's still a couple Pokemon we haven't seen. Oh wait, no, that's because we haven't seen the other Eevee evolution. But we can get that pretty quickly anyway. But yeah, mainly we've been focusing on our trading decks. The problem is we're kind of locked into a setup where a lot of our Pokemon are either stone evolutions or exclusively trade evolutions. To save my time and effort, I'm willing to get all those off screen because I don't want to grind everything. It'll just take too long otherwise. Anyway, the very first thing I am going to do though is go back to my favorite, clearly, near Cafe Tristram and Magenta Poké Center first, because I want to get this at the last Eevees. I still haven't gotten a good Eevee. I'd like to be able to get one. I waited a long time to get those Storm Sun, so if still isn't spawned in, then we're probably gonna be forced to use the trick. The super secret check, by the way. Anybody who's played this game will probably already know what I'm referring to, but yeah, it's basically just spamming the bench until you can get the Pokemon to appear. But it looks like we won't be doing that. Eevee is already here, thankfully. It's not facing a good action, but we can try and still get it by going around here. Okay, it's going over there. Oh, I just realized Eevee is an aggressive attacker. Because it's a massive Pokemon, that means we could try high attacking it multiple times before we actually need to switch out, but... Okay, well, we'll have to sleep it a bit. I forgot, yeah, Eevee is not, passive like Dratini is, so if we wait and just sleep it instead, we could try and get it that way instead. Probably be easier than doing other stuff. I like even to say all this, despite being drowsy and everything, it still takes a while to get caught. Okay, well, we got it anyway. Maybe it wasn't showing the fact that sleep does boost the percentage of catching it. Ideally, we hit that thing from behind and then we catch it that way, but it is what it is. Okay, we need to burn for this to get a potential Eevee Sun. You gonna turn around? I was waiting for you to do that. Oh, okay, it still didn't work. Wait, I've lost my patience. Try to use the catch window instead. Of course I had to miss anyway. See, even using a catch riddle, it seems to want to escape almost everything. I guess we could also run and then run back. But that might reload stuff. Of course, we still have plenty of chances to get that. But anyways, that's not even what we're here for, though. Remember, we were supposed to be doing hyperspace zones, but then stopped doing them because of other strange occurrences that happened. The main thing is we tried to do some hyperspace distortions actually on the question arc side of things, and we ran into probably one of the trolliest battles ever. 2 road megas unevolved all at the same time, all really strong with stupidly broken attack power despite not being that high level actually. So strong, in fact, that, yeah, they literally wanted all of our Pokemon, and it was not fun to deal with. But yeah, we're gonna make some of these level boost ones. Alright. We must make a different one, it seems, now. But yeah, we have to do this. Alpha Power level 1, huh? So, I know we need a donut around level 16 to level 20, but sometimes it can be really tricky to do stuff properly. Of course, now that I know a bit more about this, I'm still going to probably use the same team, but before we do that, I think we are about done playing around. We definitely need our Pokemon to be level 100 in the future to do stuff more efficiently. So we're going to go to the poison one over here and try to catch that. Also, we can, I guess, as a result, use Gardevoir because this is exclusively a poison type area. Actually, no way. It would be fairy, so that would actually not work. So, for safety, Exegol would probably be easier. Because it's immune to poison types, so yeah, we'll use Exegol on this part then instead. But yeah, anyways, we need to keep doing hyperspace zones because, or I guess we could just call them hyperspace wild zones. That's what the game calls them, at least. Do we still have a weaker one? Let's use this first. I don't know why this one's still here. It's a really low value compared to everything else we have. Let's do this one first, actually. But focus on trying to grind. If you're wondering why we're doing these, it's not just for catching Pokemon, of course. We're trying to get as many stuff done in the hyperspace distortions that we can at once. If it's just one type, okay, it's a catch window. Travel backwards a bit. Oh, there's Gulpin. We need to actually attack and defeat it to get this part done. So we'll just do that to 3 of them. By the way, you only get the catch window when you defeat them first, and then you can try catching them. Okay. Oh, nice teleporter. Okay, well, we want to use this if we want to destroy piles of sludge, then. Where's the sludge at? That's the part I'm trying to look for. That's rocks. Literally the opposite of what I need right now. We do need to be slightly careful. In the actual wild zones, if we do lose, we actually straight up get kicked out automatically. So we want to try our best to be as safe as we can in there. By the way, I had an idea originally. I wanted to use careful screws, but then not much really happened, and as a result, things became more annoying. So if I use Leech Sheet on my Pokemon, which is not nice, because it means it keeps taking damage as a result. Ugh, even finding sludge seems like a nightmare, man. Where did they hide this frickin' thing? I think my least favorite part about this so far has been the fact that there is no individual map to tell where everything is, so you end up wandering for hours just trying to find the same thing but never actually find it. We are also strong, so we could try defeating some of the wilds on the way to keep getting a little bit of experience as we go. Yeah, unfortunately we need our dose though, because that's how we destroy the of sludge. Ugh. Yeah, I guess we're not getting that anytime soon. Oh, it came to me now. Sometimes I find stuff like this super easily, and other times I don't. Oh, I finally found it. It just took forever to find it. It was literally at the last spot you look, man. If there's anything they should do to change these, it's they need to make it so that people can actually see where the heck the objective is, so you can just to that instead. It's not fun exploring for a while and not getting anywhere because you can't seem to find anything, because it seems like they hide it in the most dumbest spots of all time, man. And honestly, when you put it right here for no reason, because then you have to go all the way into this wild zone and run into potential danger, all just to get one Pokemon. Just for one particular distortion that happened to spawn very close by here. It's a good thing we have that egg point, otherwise it would take even longer to get here. Alright, we found it. But it's in a very far away side, as you can see. But yeah, anyways, as you can see, we're not just going for all the random ones. We're trying to go for ones that have... not just ones that have a high survey time, but also ones that we can also get a different Pokemon from. So we can work on our Hyperspace decks and still progress in storyline at the same time, too. I think it's easier that way. You know, it'd probably be easier to have them see us if we actually don't have a Pokemon out, because then they won't see the big, giant Pokemon that's appearing nearby. Oh, come on. That's right on him. Why is this game's hitbox system? Now, the game is supposed to aim and catch the Pokemon right away, but instead, it went for 3 different times before it actually gave us anything. Literally, it took me 3 tries just to catch that one Pokemon. Okay, well, I'm not interested in you guys. Hey, we got one without being seen, too. Alright. As you might have guessed, we want to complete all the different missions, not just one, because each mission can also award you with, once you get all of them, you can then get a golden ball. But now that that's done, we don't really care about anything else. In case you haven't noticed, the best way to actually ensure you grind quickly is to not actually catch the Pokemon and focus exclusively on just getting the... Oh, great. I fell around. That's not a good feeling. Well, that actually took us even farther. Yeah, this is a terrible sign. To go through a lot more stuff to get back now. Seems our only fast way to get up here is to just go through other stuff. Of course, you can get random items in addition to gimme gold coins, though, from picking up stuff here, so it's not like you don't want to skip everything. Wait, does it really matter? It seems like we can't even get up here, even if we tried. What a stinking trick, then. Then we have to go even further over to find it. Probably the most confusing part of this is figuring out how in the heck you're supposed to actually get up to the roof. Because once you get up to the roof, it's super easy to find stuff. But before you get up to the roof, it's super hard to find stuff. Oh, of course, now I find something right after I leave. So I guess we'll go down and get that ball first. Oh, classic game miss, despite me being right face first in it. There we go. You really need to try harder than that, it seems like. We finally got to the top, and I know a couple of ones nearby we can get, so I guess it's not terrible. Okay, you got some shards, not bad. Hey, what are you doing now? I'm trying to... Hey, you see I'm trying to run away and get all these tasks completed? Now we're listening for a specific high-pitched noise. Oh, there it is. That didn't take long. That's kind of how I help myself to find the golden ball. That's the main thing we're after, honestly, though. After that, it's really up to you whether or not you want to get the others. Interestingly enough, those Pokemon are also passive, which is good. Okay, we got it. I think that's all I'm gonna do here. We're mainly after the golden balls, because not only did they give you more hyperspace berries to do even more of this stuff, but they also give you the most instance that... Oh my goodness, why does I do that? Again, another one just shows up randomly, but it's... But considering what we've had to go through... Jeez. Considering what we've been through, probably be easier to just leave. Anyways, I wanted to do a couple of these missions first, then just grind all of our Pokemon to 100 and forget, so we don't have to deal with that mechanic again. The only reason I'm even switching out in the first place, actually, is so I can grind them as well, because starting in this endgame part, it's going to be really tough to do it without just doing an insane amount of grinding. Okay, I guess... Oh, we could just use rare candies, forget it. Carnivore, I want 100 anyway, so we'll just get her to 100. Bam. That's done, and then we can use the rest on Absol. As you can see, this strategy is pretty broken. Because you get all the best XP stuff here, you get Pokemon basically going straight from the level they were at to level 100 almost immediately. Gives you a lot of time and stress over doing it normally. Speaking of which, now I need to check if they actually are done with their specific grinding now. By that I mean, if their stat is strong enough, we can move on to a different stat. These I might save for other Pokemon, but for now I'm trying to grind different Pokemon because later the game is going to get so tough that we're going to need many different Pokemon to be 100. From here though, we'll probably just start saving our XP stuff. The main thing I was after though this video was to get Gardevoir to 100. With Gardevoir at 100, we can then give her the Rocky Helmet. We may even use that in later strats, because for some battles, you can actually do them pretty quickly. If you have someone tanky, just get them the Rocky Helmet, and then things become a lot easier. So we're going to favorite that, so we can find it easier. And give it to Gardevoir, because Gardevoir needs it for the next battle we're about to do. For now, I do not have a lot of time to do that, so let's focus on the mission that we actually do need to do. And that's, in this hyperspace battle area, there was a very trolly set of Pokemon, two actually, crab ballers, that were incredibly nightmarish to fight, super annoying and super So what I'm going to do is set a save before it, and if we can't get that done and we're forced to leave, or get close to being forced to leave, we're just going to reload the game and try this again until we win, because whenever something loses, I get very persistent, and I want to keep trying until I win finally. It's just like, with these games, I know you can overgrind, but like, when you try doing it that way, it just doesn't really work well. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to have to change the moves. The sleep thing that I had before actually didn't really do much at all. I think Moonblast is honestly just better. Even Calm Mind and Mystical Fire aren't great. What we need is some kind of Protect. And then from there, we kind of can just use Everstar. Who knows? I guess I could use Calm Mind. Oh, I just realized our only healing move is Wish no matter what. So we'll probably have to still loop it no matter what. I was hoping it had Recover, but I guess we could try using Hypnosis at the start to see if that does something, or at least affects what they do. I have no clue, but if we can use that, then we might use a bit of that, and then just spam Psychic and Moonblast for a bit. But anyways, the main reason I wanted Gardevoir is because she's the only one that is resistant to the fighting moves a lot, as well as resistant to other stuff, so physical moves will not do much against her, and that should give us the fighting edge we need to actually win. Combine that with the Rocky Helmet, we should be able to win finally. I think Cafe Cyclone is closest to this, so we're gonna go here. So we can call this video the revenge of, I don't know. The Revenge of the Mega Battle. There we go. That's more like it. I wonder if I'll actually remember to put that in. Probably not, but yeah. I'm calling it the Revenge of the Mega Battle because, yeah. There were two Megas, for some reason. Road Megas in that battle, which I still think is very unfair. I think they definitely imbalanced the crap out of that one. And to think it's only a level 2 mission, too. That is just so nightmarish to deal with. Alright, oh wait, that's a different one actually, wait. Yeah, this is the one we need. Okay, alright, well we're not fumbling around here. We do have the others, by the way, as well, but they're mostly there for support. If anything, we're going to use a bunch of revives and heals on Gardevoir to ensure that she can take as much damage as possible. We might focus on healing a bit, too. The only problem we don't have is we can't use Mega Stones while using the Rocky Helmet, so we won't have Mega Form, but honestly, these Pokemon are already disgustingly annoying as they are. So, and then from here, we just need to consume one of the highest level donuts we have. But of course, before we do that, we better save our game so we can reset if we need to. Honestly, the worst part about this battle is just the fact that for some reason they decided to put 2 instead of just 1. That's my least favorite part, because that means that no matter what, they're just going to keep attacking you fast over and over again, and there's not a lot you can do to survive. If they had a little bit less attack power, it would be so much easier. So, yeah. Alright. We've waited a long time, Crabonimal. We are not going to lose this time, though. Thankfully, they do let you revive in this battle, otherwise it'd be even more impossible. But even just normally, it's one of the hardest battles ever. Okay, let's just sleep you right away. And see, look at this. They just constantly do stuff to immediately stun lock your Pokemon. That's what makes it so unfair, because they could just do a bunch of damage out of nowhere. One of them did get resisted, so that was fine, but as you can see, even with that, they just still do a lot of damage. That's what makes it annoying. So as you might have guessed, we have to kind of start running away a bit more. I think, basically, you need to run a lot in this battle, because the more you run, the easier it'll be. I do have plenty of full restores, so since she got frozen, we're going to immediately unfreeze her. And of course, she still denies our way. The big difference is we are actually doing damage to them. The idea is we want to run around a bit. Use a revive whenever we need to. This is actually where the max revives come into really handy, because we can keep reviving her. And then they'll focus on us instead. We can also bait them into doing stuff by just running into them directly. Then while that animation's playing out, we could quickly throw in Gardevoir to try and get a quick move in. Otherwise, the main reason why we even have that is because every time they try to hit us, they will constantly be hurt by a Rocky Helmet, which means they basically take themselves out. It's not the nicest strategy in the world, and it's not something I normally have to do, but this is the only strategy I have. The only other strategy that I found is if you have Charizard, they could just resist all moves, and only Ice Punch really does anything. That still means it's going to be hard, though. One way you could probably do this a bit better, though, is if you have a Pokemon that can survive more than a couple hits, you can try growling them first instead. I guess the only advantage you have is because their moves are so physically oriented, they hardly do a lot of damage, and more often than not, they just kind of miss you entirely. And more importantly, as you can see, every time you get one of them weakened, they or as they keep hitting you, they actually keep hurting themselves too because of the Rocky Helmet. So by using that, we can actually win this. It's still not fun though, because like if you try to do this solo, this battle literally is impossible to do without items, because they just, I think the only way you could do it is to just dodge everything. In case you haven't noticed, this part especially is gonna have you probably making the most of kiting. Because I did mention earlier, this game is a physical-based oriented game, so if you are fast, you can dodge almost everything, and that's basically what you have to do. You have to weave back in and out, weave and in and out. That's not just there for a dumb mechanic. That is actually something you want to do, because if you move fast enough, you can dodge almost everything. It's very tough to do, but if you do that correctly, then you can be patient and potentially win the battle without really using your Pokemon much at all, or having to use items at all, really. Instead, you can just keep running back and forth, and they'll keep doing stuff differently. Anyways, well, it looks like we're safe though, for the most part. Before, it was pretty scary, but now that we actually have one of them down, we can actually kind of go toe-to-toe with it now, and also, there we go, we finally did it. Was that really that hard? It was only hard because there was just 2 of them, and unnecessarily annoying. And to think just choosing a different Pokemon is all it took. That's why we did the other grinding on all of our other Pokemon, of course, because we're going to need a lot more different Pokemon if we're going to tackle some of the higher challenges this game has to offer. Hence why I'm also grinding Absol and Lucario. Lucario is actually needed for a side mission specifically, so we need him. And I want my Gardevoir to be 100 anyway, so it was nice to get that done finally. Stopping a Rogue Mega Showdown between 2 Rogue Mega Crabamo. You're something special, kid. That's a Crabamon Nightstorm you got there, isn't it? Fancy that. Crabamon will always aim to be the best and will punch whenever it seems to accomplish that. The tendency is probably what exploded into the Rogue Mega Showdown we saw just now. Anyways, well done, kid. It was lucky that a mighty trainer like you came along. Oh, right, boys, we got it done. Revenge of the Mega Battles is now complete. Ooh. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a big relief not having to deal with that crap again. I'm actually excited now that I did that. Now that I'm done with that, I could probably also continue to use a Rocky Helmet or do something else, though I think Rocky Helmet doesn't always work. Of course, if they're using special moves, then it will never work. As funny as it is to have Extra Drill with Focus Band, it actually has a lot of tanky power, so I think I'll be able to do some of the later battles a lot more consistently if I just have it on its Mega Stones. So let's do that instead. We have the Extra Dry, so let's give that to Extra Drill instead, and put Gardevoir on Mega Stone as well, because I do want to use her Mega Form quite a bit. Or we could just keep her on Rocky Helmet permanently. But I don't know, I like using Mega stuff a lot. You kind of need that for these Rogue Mega encounters anyways, because otherwise you're kind of not on the right foot. I guess we also could have used plus moves. I kind of forgot about that, but honestly, when you die so quickly already, it doesn't really do much. If I was smarter, maybe I would do that. Oh, I think that's way down here, actually, because you get it automatically. Oh my goodness, where is it? Holy crap. It tells you which ones you've yet to... apparently. Okay, well, there we go. We got that done. Alright, now we can check our other Pokemon, actually. Okay, its speed is almost maxed. It just needs like a one more battle now. It needs to be golden before we switch. Its attack is good. Now I'm really wondering what it should do. Should we go for speed or should we just put it into pure HP? It's already pretty tanky. Speed is down, so I don't want to train that. Even though it would be good to have a little bit more speed. You know what? I'm going to train it into HP next. I don't know why, but HP is starting to become very important, especially in longer battles. HP will make it a lot more tankier. To be fair, I've built too many evasive Pokemon, I feel like, so having one with tanky power is fine. This Absol by default also has Parishon, so if we want to... Actually, I just realized Parishon would have worked beautifully. If we, like, pulled out the Pokemon, had them do something weird, we could just Parashon them both. But I don't know if that works against Rogue Mega, actually, so that probably wouldn't be the best idea, but I know against Alphas, if you're struggling, if you have a Pokemon with Parashon, which Absol's one of the earliest ones to learn it, I think, because you get it very early on, and Parashon is great because it can basically defeat any Pokemon you want, so if you're actually struggling, you can just use Parashon, switch, and eventually either you'll force your opponent to switch, or if they're down to their last Pokemon, using Parashon will pretty much automatically knock it out every time. Of course, this does mean that more than likely you're not going to use it. Okay, what am I messing around with? You know what? We should actually favorite all of the other items in here as well, including the other ones, because it'll be really hard to find it otherwise. Okay, Power Weight will now be on Absol next. For Lucario, I honestly don't know what to do except defense, so maybe we should have its special defense scroll next, as we do need our special defense just because of one specific Pokemon that we need to use. Alright, we're not wasting any more time here. We're gonna do this, and this part might be a little bit longer depending on when it happens, but I finally found out that we can actually do a thing that we've been waiting for a long time now to do, and that's actually get Raichu's Mega Stone. Apparently, that's actually over here, if I'm correct in assuming. So, because of that, that's why I got my Excadrill, its Mega Stone, because I want to use it, actually, in this battle. Because, obviously, if it's two Raichu we're facing, we're going to want Excadrill, because it is very strong, because most of their moves won't even do anything, so they'll basically be forced into using other dumb crap. But who knows what they have. They could have Surf, which would be bad, but we don't know until we try. Well, as per usual, consume one with at least 20 levels. Since it's at least 2-star, it's probably going to be a battle, but knowing me, I think this is actually the Raichu one. Alright, now we're in here. Whoa, where do we even go now, actually? Why did we start here? Oh, here it is. See, here it is. I was right. I was right. So there's two of them, actually. But apparently you only have to defeat one for this. Oh, it's you. Thank you for giving me that Pikachu back in. Thunderstones are really wondrous, aren't they? I just adore my Raichu. Aloha. So the Pokemon Trader Coast, the Raichu you gave me is such a delight. Oh, these are the people we gave Raichu before. And Pikachu earlier. But today the two of us aren't here to ask you in our favor, however, to do one for you. Because we're here to show you Raichu's Mega Evolutions. So this is one of the new Mega Evolutions that we're trying to do. Are you ready to battle us? Well, yeah, I'm ready. I've been waiting for a while. So stand straight in battle. Behold, the Mega Evolutions of Raichu. Alright. Look, our Raichu. They're both so big, they're alpha-sized. Wait. Huh? That is not a fake out, by the way. They do actually use the specials. Just takes a while. Alright, so yeah, we definitely need Excadrill, and we're gonna use our own Mega Stone. But anyways, transform into Mega Raichu X and let loose the Electronasium for Twin Tails. Allow me to battle you on behalf of the Mega Raichu Y Promotion Committee. Alright. Of course, to counter this, we have to use our own Mega as well. Excadrill, I believe, is still ground here, so I don't think this changes much. More infamously, we'll have lots of resistance against all of them. Oh, wow, yeah, look at that. That did not take long at all. Compared to what we just went through, that was way easier. To be fair, they have almost no defense, so yeah, one hit is all it took. But that was the Raichu I used my Thunderstone on. And I even given it Raichu X to hold. You mean even a Mega Raichu Y can't defeat you and your team? That's just too strong. I thought that was going to be more interesting, but yeah. That's what you get when you have a level 100 Pokemon that is an extra drill that's super broken in terms of attack. You just one-hit them. To be fair, the Raichu has no defense, so that was actually surprisingly easy. Didn't even take any damage there. Yeah. That's what you get. No wonder you came up on top. You're amazing, Z-A Royale trainer. That's just what I expect from the trainer who saved Luminose City for certain doom. Initially, I thought Giga Impact would destroy us, but also we're Steel, so we would resist that anyways. But not only that, we're fast with Drillon, and that's why I have that over Earthquake. It's just so much faster and more consistent. Though Earthquake can be great if you ever have to face multiple Pokemon, though. Seems you got us to thank once again. It's thanks to you that our Raichu duel was born. As a show of our appreciation, I'd like to gift you with this Raichu Knight X Stone. And please have this Raichu Knight Y Stone from me. So yeah, this is why we've been waiting for that. And they're just saying, oh, I hope we meet again someday. Anyway, yeah, this is the battle I've been waiting for a while now, because, as you know, we mained the Raichu for the entire game, because I want that to be on my final team, because as a normal electric type, Raichu is actually a lot better than it was before, especially since it now has a Mega Stone too, so it can go toe-to-toe with some of the strongest Pokemon if you know what to do. The only problem is, again, it has no defense, so it does die really quickly, but it also means that you can still do stuff pretty strongly if you know what to do. Alright, well, just like that, we got that done. Bam. That did not take long at all, actually. I thought that would be longer, but it wasn't at all. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I honestly don't know what to do now. We got a bunch of grinding done, and a bunch of our Pokemon finally hit 100 after gosh who knows how long. I guess the only thing left to do to force them to train up faster is to just keep grinding the battle zones so that they can get stats, because you only get the stats from them if you take out opponents in battle zones. So I guess we take them to battle zones now, and then afterwards we'll look for another Pokemon to train up, I guess. We'll try to focus on one from each type though, because obviously we need probably certain types to do certain battles. We have a lot of type cards already, but we're gonna need a lot more, I think. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.